So I wanted to make sure that you could at least hear me. You won't be seeing me for most of this video, but you will get to see other people and our lobby and how we have decorated it. So let's get started. So obviously we are here to celebrate API Heritage Month, and I am Teresa Bashiri Remithio, the national lead for the Asian American Network. And all right, so here we go. I'm going to turn my camera around. All right, so our first booth I call Where in the World. And so the activity here is we are asking associates to come by and let us know where have they traveled to, lived in, worked, studied, immigrated from, have family that still lives in, or would love to visit someday, specifically in the Asian continent and Pacific Islands. So if you can post in the chat any of these that you've visited, traveled to, lived in, worked, studied, have family still in anywhere in Asia or the Pacific Islands, we'll actually add your dots to the map. And this is Christine. She's going to be the trusty dot sticker putter. So I know that I see a lived in Thailand and immigrated from Afghanistan. A love to visit Korea. Born in the Philippines. Lived. Oh my gosh, there's a couple would love to visit Japan. There's a couple love to visit Philippines. All right, so keep on commenting and we will make sure to get those stickers on the board for you. I think we had a lived in Vietnam. Yes, studied in India. Friends brought back gifts from Japan. Does that count? We'll count it. Yeah, travel. It's part of travel. Would love to visit Bhutan and would love to visit India. All right, and so we'll keep on watching the chat, so feel free to keep on posting. So I honestly didn't realize how far the Asian continent went through. So Turkey, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Pakistan, all of this is the Asian continent. And then of course, Pacific Islands includes Samoa, East Timor, Hawaii. Has anyone gone to Hawaii at all? So Native Hawaiian, right? That's part of the Pacific Islands. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the next booth or area. Hi, Boris. All right, so the first region is South Asia. And so South Asia is Bangladesh, Bhutan, Maldives, Nepal, India, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan. So we have all of those flags right in the background there. And look at all of the little artifacts. So much color, so many bangles, just a lot of bling. Just gonna walk through the displays. You even have a cricket set. How cool. I've never seen a cricket set in person. So to me, that was kind of cool. And then we'll also have, we're having raffles at each station. So for everyone that is on here, we will also send you probably a link sometime either later today or later this month so that you can be entered in the raffle for some of the stuff. And we have cookies. And we have samosas, my fave. And then we have a display of Pakistan. And then, of course, mango beverage. Mango drink. Hello, that's Sana and Summer. And now we are going to walk to Central and West Asia. So West Asia, we have, it's more commonly known as the Middle East. So West Asia is kind of a more contested term. But from a fruits and snacks, we have a dried fruits and nuts bar of different nuts and dried fruits. So almonds, peanuts, dates, apricots, raisins, cherries, and some pistachios. I think someone ate some of the pistachios. And then we have a ton of different desserts. So baklava galore, some harissa, walnut baklava with chocolate, cashew fingers, Gloria. And here are all of the countries represented in part of West and Central Asia. Afghanistan, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Bahrain, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Jordan, Lebanon, Kuwait, Palestine, Mongolia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Oman, Qatar, Syria, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey. And for the artifacts here, Lucille, where are these from?
Those are from Israel.
Look at how pretty these are.
It's a cool story.
Can you tell us about it?
I'll tell you, this is from the ammunition factory in Tel Aviv. This is actually a leftover from a factory that was built. It was hidden underground and part of their Independence Day War 75 years ago.
So cool. I mean, not that there's bullets, but super cool story. Yeah. And what are these?
So those are beads that are used for hair accessories in Central Asia. It's big in Central Asia to use hair accessories. It's big for status and for femininity. These are beads that make sound if you put them together. And from what I've read, they are part of their culture to shoo away negative spirits. So
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Very cool.
And in Central Asia, embroidery is a big part of their culture for trade. If you're familiar with the history, their path for the Silk Road, so big portion of their culture is embroidery, and this is a bookmark that shows different types of designs. The Bohemian cloth.
Very cool. Oh, look at that lamp. It's a tiny lamp. Thank you, ladies. The next station we have is the Pacific Islands. So here featured are Lay's. There you go. And plumeria flowers. So if you caught me at the beginning, I had a plumeria flower clip in my hair. There you go. Here's just some information on the plumeria flower. Plumeria flower represents birth and love, spring and new beginnings. It is extremely positive and hopeful symbol. And then for leis in ancient Hawaii, wearing a lei represented wealth, royalty, and rank. So today, everybody that passes by gets to pick out a lei for themselves. And so this is all of the Pacific Islands. I'm sorry, I keep coughing. Hopefully you saw all of the flags there. All right. So now we're gonna pass by our East Asia. So East Asia is consisted of China, South Korea, North Korea, Tibet, Taiwan, and Japan. So we have a little station that has origami. So origami is the Japanese art of paper folding. The goal of this art is to create three-dimensional paper figures using geometric folds and crease patterns. Today, origami refers to all types of paper folding, even those of non-Japanese origin. So some believe that the art of paper folding started in China, but it gained popularity in Japan. So as you see, there's a couple activity origamis here. We also pasted a link in the chat if you want to open that. It's 100 different kinds of origami projects that you can fold if you'd like. And then since China is part of it, you have the Chinese zodiac and some geisha dolls from Japan. And some of our treats from this region is the Pocky, which is very popular in Japan. I don't know if it's Pocky or Pocky. You're getting Pocky from me today. But it is so popular that it actually has a national holiday in Japan, which is November 11th, because it resembles the sun. Some of our giveaways for the raffle also include a bow mug. There's some tchotchkes that we have left over from Chinese New Year. And all of these super cool artifacts. All right. One thing that I wasn't aware of, which I probably should have, is that there are different types of chopsticks. So, Chinese chopsticks, Vietnamese have different chopsticks, Korean, and Japanese, all different. All right, now we're moving on to Southeast Asia. So here we have Estelle manning the Southeast Asian booth. Southeast Asia is comprised of Burma, Myanmar, Brunei, Cambodia, Philippines, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, and Timor-Leste. So we are serving here some biko, which is a sweet rice cake type dessert with coconut milk and brown sugar glaze. We have egg rolls, or more known as lumpiang Shanghai. Turon, which is a sweet egg roll with banana and sometimes jackfruit, and then fruit salad. From a transportation perspective in the Philippines, I know that some of you said that you have been to the Philippines or you were born in the Philippines. So these are jeepneys. Jeepneys, sometimes called jeeps, are mini bus-like public utility vehicles in the Philippines. And they are one of the most popular means of public transportation. All right. And we have a special feature here, which is the Hmong story cloth. This is actually from our very own Meili Vu. And here is a traditional Hmong costume. Meili, would you like to hop on and share a little bit about these?
Hey everyone. So the outfit that you're seeing there is a traditional Hmong outfit for women. So depending on the region in which you live, the style could differ a bit. So for this one, it's very traditional to, I believe it's Mengzhou. So the dialect is different. The style of design for the clothing is different, but the basics are still there. So you get, your black top, and then the styles of the design vary from region to region. And then the skirts also vary too. So in some parts, you'll see some ethnic groups in isolated areas that belong to, the Hmong tribes, where they'll have the basic pleats in the dress, but the styles could be different. It could be like a true indigo that they put in there. So you might see that dark blue, that beautiful rich blue in there. Or it could be just a plain white. These days, people are very stylish and very creative. So they come up with all sorts of fashion statements. But you've got, your basic sash that goes around the waist, and then the apron that comes in the front there. That also matches with the sleeves and the collaring in the front. And again, that varies throughout which region that you're located in. And then on the table, there is the story cloth. So, most people aren't aware, but Hmongs are somewhat indigenous. We reside in the mountains of Vietnam, Laos. Traditionally, we can trace our roots back to various parts in China. And, we've always lived in adverse conditions. We've been without a country, a homeland of our own, but we seem to acclimate to wherever we're forced to migrate to. So because we're always constantly moving, we didn't or couldn't establish a form of literacy. So a lot of our folklore tales and so forth are told through our bandao, which is the stitching and the designs that we incorporate into our clothing. And then during the Vietnam War, because of where a lot of our people resided, we were actually engaged by the United States CIA to lead in guerrilla warfare. So a lot of our fathers, our grandfathers, uncles were enlisted, and when the communists took over and U.S. pulled out of that region, Hmongs were forced to flee. So a lot of them had to cross over to Thailand. So this particular story cloth tells the tale of the war and then having to cross the Mekong River into Thailand refugee camps. So I actually received this particular item either as a wedding gift or a Christmas gift. I know I sent two. So one was a Christmas gift and the other one was a wedding gift. But yeah, you'll see these types of tapestries throughout various homes if you have Hmong friends and you go and visit them.
Thank you so much, Meili, for sharing. That is the tour of our little fair here. I hope you guys had fun. We did have a shaved ice truck outside to celebrate part of the Polynesian culture, the Pacific Islands culture. So that's something that I can't send your way. But I hope you enjoyed your time with us today. And I hope you learned a little bit about Asian American and Pacific Islander culture. Thanks, everybody, and have a good day.